everyone, and welcome back to a new video on my channel TLS with Doaa Abd El-ghaffar. Today's video is very important. Today I'm going to show you Bloom's taxonomy in a very simple way. So before we get started, let me remind you to subscribe to the channel and press the bell so you can receive a new teaching video every Sunday. So let's learn together about Bloom's taxonomy. Look, when I have something new to learn about, I break it down so I can understand more, or I can find out more. I did search for each part, the meaning of each part and why they're collected together. That's very helpful to understand the overall idea, so I can explain, I can apply. All right, let's see, what is Bloom's taxonomy? When I broke it down, I found it's Bloom and taxonomy. Bloom and taxonomy. And I did search for Bloom. It's Benjamin Bloom. Benjamin Bloom is an educational psychologist, and he decided to help us to be aware how the learning process happens into the classroom gradually. You know, the learning process is very important. We are responsible for the learning process into the classroom. And the word taxonomy is a process of classifying things into groups. Like, for example, plant taxonomy. So I found that Bloom is Benjamin Bloom, okay? And taxonomy is a process of classifying. So Bloom's taxonomy is a classification system to help categorize two important things we use into the classroom: questions and objectives, according to their thinking skills. Let's see the levels of Bloom's taxonomy. Oh, sorry, before the levels, I have a nice picture here. It's a classification toy because I love to simplify things. So look, this is a classification toy. Actually, I imagined that I give a child this classification toy, and I ask him to pick up each thing and classify into groups according to numbers, shapes, and whatever, animals, transport, and clothes. So this is the idea of Bloom's taxonomy. So to sort out or to classify two important things, as I said: questions and objectives. Remember when I had a video about questions? I talked about questions types and questioning as an important strategy to use into the classroom. Today's video is very related. Okay, that's the triangle of Bloom's taxonomy, or the classification system of Bloom's taxonomy. Good. It's 6 levels in a triangle shape. The base is knowledge. Okay, knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. Look, we said that it's a classification system to categorize objectives and questions. I'm talking about questions today according to the thinking skills. These are the 6 levels of thinking skills. We have lower order thinking skills and higher order thinking skills. Starting from the base, so knowledge, comprehension, and application are lower order thinking skills. Analysis, synthesis, and evaluation, higher order thinking skills. Your questions belong to lower order thinking skills or higher order thinking skills. And by the way, both are important. Yeah, because students can't use higher order thinking skills if they have no background knowledge about something, an idea or something to use in their analysis. So thinking skills, as I said, lower order thinking skills, the first 3 of the triangle: knowledge, comprehension, and application. And higher order thinking skills include analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. Are you ready to see one by one? Knowledge. Knowledge is the base of the triangle. It means information. The first level of Bloom's taxonomy, it's the base for the learning process and the foundation for more advanced learning. So it's very, very important. At that level, you ask questions, recall knowledge. In other words, we can say that students are required to recall what was learned. They remember information. They recall information. It's very simple level. Keywords for questions, recall knowledge. We usually use identify, label, list, match, define, describe, arrange, name, order. All these words depend on that the students remember something we learned already. Look at these examples. Define global warming. Name the months of the year for children. Who invented the internet? True or false? Describe each shape. What's the name of each shape? How many sides? How many corners? That's about knowledge questions. Comprehension. Comprehension is the second level of Bloom's triangle, Bloom's taxonomy, Bloom's classification. Okay. The ability to understand completely and be familiar with the previously learned information. At that level, students are required to arrange, organize, deal with the information or knowledge. They can interact with the information. Okay, so keywords or keywords for comprehension questions. Compare, contrast, rephrase, summarize, categorize, group, interpret, explain, discuss, express in your own words, give examples, rewrite, review, translate. Of course, he can't do any of these things if he has the comprehension skill. So, an example. What is the main idea in the story? Explain the water cycle. Look at the diagram, compare process A and process B. Explain the chart, graph, illustration of first paragraph. Give examples of the misuse of power. All these questions depend on the comprehension skill. So that means the student has developed actually from knowledge to comprehension. And that's very, very good. Application. Yeah, he got knowledge and can interact with the information. Now it's time to apply. And all of that lower order thinking skills. Okay, now he can apply. The third level of Bloom's taxonomy, application questions. Application is the third level of Bloom's taxonomy, okay? Application questions require students to apply what they learn to new situations to reach a new answer or solution. It means that the question or the problem or the idea already has a new answer, already has an answer or has a solution. So students are going to apply their knowledge, or the information they learned already to a new situation to reach this new answer or solution. So the ability to apply principles, generalization, rules, any kind of knowledge to new situations. This is the point from which, the higher order thinking skills develop. Yeah, the application at the end of lower order thinking skills and the beginning, to start using higher order thinking skills. Good. Keywords for application question: solve, use, apply, draw, identify the results of, sketch, organize, examine. Very common in science, math. Application questions have correct answers. So let's see. If oranges sell for 70 fils and apples for 50 fils, how much would you pay for these, for 3 oranges? This is a question of application skill. Use the grid to draw a shape identical to the shape on the left. Analysis, the beginning of higher order thinking skills. This is number 4, the fourth level of Bloom's taxonomy. To analyze means to examine or study something in detail to find out more to find out more about. In other words, to examine the nature or structure of something, especially by separating it into parts in order to understand or explain. Analysis questions require students to break something apart into components and understand how the components relate to one another and the whole. So they use analysis level thinking to identify causes or motives, form conclusions, or find evidence to support or reject hypothesis. Hypothesis is a possible idea or solution based on facts, but is not proved yet. Okay, so if you discuss, for example, a topic like air pollution, the causes, the effects. So students start to analyze the knowledge they have already to reach or to come to the causes or the effects of air pollution, and so on. Do you agree or disagree? Requires students to think or to use analysis level thinking to answer, agree or disagree. So he has to analyze components or elements or parts of the topic. Next, synthesis. Synthesis, the fifth level of Bloom's taxonomy before the top. Okay, we said about analysis to break something into parts. Okay, synthesis to combine, the act of combining, the act of combining elements or parts to produce new something new. The fifth level of Bloom's taxonomy, which requires students to pull elements together to form a whole. Like analysis, synthesis questions take time, of course, to answer, and students must have a good understanding of the topic before being able to formulate the answer or product. If I'm asking my students to write an essay about air pollution, so they have to know more about the topic, so they can formulate a good essay. For example, write an essay, solve problems, make a plan, write a letter to your city council representative on the issue of the spread of huge trucks around the city. So in each question, there are some elements or some components of the question. So the students start to what to combine the elements to formulate the answer. The last level, evaluation, the top, to judge. Evaluation, to judge. It means the process of judging or calculating the quality, importance, amount of value of something. This is the highest level of high order thinking skills. At that level, students are required to make judgments on an idea, solution, piece of work, problem. Evaluation questions take time to answer, and there is no single right answer. All higher order thinking skills need a long time to answer. Would you prefer to use method A or method B to do the experiment? Explain your answer. The student already knows about method A and method B. So he's going to choose between both, compare and explain. So that's the evaluation. So here is a question to end today's video. What can I do with Bloom's taxonomy? Look, Bloom's taxonomy is a tool to know how to balance between lower order thinking skills and higher order thinking skills. And it's a very, very big problem if you ignore higher order thinking skills, or if your students have no practice, enough practice to use higher order thinking skills. Well, that's the end of today's video. Please, if you liked it, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Well, if you have any questions, any comments, please do let me know in the comments below, and I look forward to your feedback. So, that's it. Happy teaching, happy TLS.